Alright guys, we are now on our last objective, objective 4, which is measurements unit conversions. Okay, we're going to be converting measurements. You should have already finished your check for understanding for percent diagrams and all of the other objectives for 1, 2, and 3. And by now, you should hopefully be an expert at proportions, which is what we're going to be using today. So, two things you're going to need to have. You're going to need to have this note sheet, along with this star math page. Now, mind you, yours doesn't look like mine. I am going to let you take a few minutes to write on yours because it's very important. There's some very important numbers that you need to know. So, for example, you need to know 1 mile is 5,280 feet, okay? And how I figured that out is I took this and I multiplied them, which gave me this. You can do that with any of these measurements, okay? If I wanted to know how many meters are in a millimeter, I just multiply it. If I want to know how many centimeters are in a kilometer, I just multiply them, okay? So like here it says how many inches are in a mile. Well, I'm going to multiply all of these numbers, okay, because I can't just go from here to here. I've got to multiply all the way. Do we understand? So there's 1 mile and 63,360 inches. So if you want, I'll give you a few seconds to write this information down. You can pause the video so you can see it and get all this down. You really need to know this information, this, all the ones that are handwritten. And there's also one at the bottom right here. There's 2 tablespoons and 1 ounce. There's some information you might want to know there because tablespoons aren't on here and sometimes they give you some tablespoon questions. Now, you should have paused it, wrote all that down. We're now going to begin. Okay, so it says there's just a little star here for some notes. And all it's really telling you is like, hey, we're still going to use the ratio table, which is just your proportion table, guys, which is just your big H. And we're going to use this table to convert measurements. Big H, proportions, no big deal. Okay, you've done this like a professional by now. This is what your box should look like every time. Anytime you're converting a measurement, it's asking you about 2 different measurements, guys. Proportions, no questions. Okay, couple things. Label. What are you talking about? What measurements? Okay. Known. The star information. The actual star information. So if you're talking about miles and yards, it would be 1 mile for 1,760 yards. So the star reference, okay? That's your known. Star reference, okay? Your unknown. Unknown is what you're given. What you're given and finding. Okay? So what you're looking for. It's going to give you one, you're going to find the other. Okay, let's go to the first question. Edwin's head is 54 centimeters around circumference. How many millimeters is the circumference of his head? Okay, so we have centimeters and millimeters. So what's our labels? Centimeters, you can do SN, ST, or CT, whatever, C. Millimeters, okay? So centimeters and millimeters. We're going to pull out our known, which is our star reference. How many centimeters are in a millimeter, or vice versa. Okay, if you look, there are 10 millimeters in every 1 centimeter. Okay, no problem. So 1 centimeter and 10 millimeters. Perfect. Pretty simple. Okay, and then what information are we given? Well, we're given 54 centimeters, and we're trying to find how many millimeters. Pretty simple, guys. Cross multiply. We have x equals 54 times 10. Well, 54 times 10, guys, is 540. So it should be x equals 540 millimeters. meters. Make sure you label it correctly because that might be something they try to trick you with. Okay, so for every 54 centimeters is 540 millimeters. Let's go to the next one. It says 5 quarts to blank cups. Okay, so listen, how many cups are in a quart? No problem. So we're dealing with quarts and cups. Alright, what do we know? Let's see. Oh, look, that's one of the ones we had to write down because we have cups here and quarts here. Well, 2 times 2 is 4. So there are 4 cups in 1 quart. So 1 quart, 4 cups. We're given 5 quarts. We've got to make sure it's on the same row. And we're trying to find how many cups. Cross multiply. So x equals 20. 20 what? 20 cups. So there are 20 cups in 5 quarts. Alright. Last one. And then you're on your own, guys. So, how many fluid ounces are in 3 gallons? So we're talking about ounces and gallons. Okay, so let's pull out our information. How many ounces are in a gallon? Well, here you go. There's 128 ounces in every 1 gallon. So 128 ounces, 1 gallon. What's our unknown? Well, we're given 3 gallons and we're trying to find out how many ounces. Cross multiply. So x equals 128 times 3. Well, 128 times 3, guys, is 384 ounces. Alright, I hope this helps you out. If you need any more help, try your practice out, see how it goes. If you need more help from there, please get with somebody, get with your teacher, get with a tutor, get some help, guys. Good luck.